Alright, so it is Saturday. Just got home from work. I have a couple hours before it gets dark, so I'm gonna see what I can get done out here. I have two options. I can either continue with mudding the corners or I can continue sanding. I don't really want to do either. I just want the mud to be done, so I think that's where I'm gonna start. So all of the corners have 2 coats on already. I'll be putting the third on today. I don't know how many coats that I'm going to need. My dad seems to think a lot that that corners take a lot of mud to fill, but if I put a knife on the edge, it's already flush. There's no gap there. This side has like maybe a hair. You can kind of see light coming through there. So I don't know. I'm thinking one more coat on the corners and they should be okay. So that's where I'm gonna start today, and then I might try to sand where that lump in the wall is, just to see how that's coming along, if I have to put more mud in or if it's gonna work out with the however many coats I have on it now. So yeah, that should take me probably about an hour, maybe hour and a half. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so that took a little bit longer than I thought, but again, it takes me a while to put mud on, but I'm being very meticulous, so there's virtually no sanding needed, and I'd rather take the extra time doing that than having to do more sanding. So it is almost 5 o'clock, and I'm hungry, and it's getting dark, clearly. I have kitchen lights, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. They did install the pot lights in the kitchen. That's the only room that has lights. But yeah. So I think I'm gonna call it a night. I got the third coat on, and I've noticed that my mud is like a little bubbly. I don't know how else to describe it. I think it's a teeny bit thick. So I am going to do a 4th coat, but I'm gonna thin my mud down so that it goes on super smooth and fills all of those little bubble holes or craters, whatever you wanna call it. And then they should be done and ready to sand as well. So tomorrow I have off, and I'm gonna come out here first thing in the morning, and I'm gonna sand the lump in the wall first. And by then maybe the mud will be dry. I don't know. I have been leaving my heat on in here at like 60 degrees, just enough to take the chill off. And I think as soon as I'm done mudding, I will not leave the heat on at night anymore, because it's going to be the middle of winter and that's going to rack up the electric bill. There's no sense in paying for heat here and in my house when I'm not in here full time yet. but you know, that's down the road a bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for now. I'll see you guys later. So I still have to add the neck, which I was gonna make it out of more of this fabric, but I think I'm gonna continue my search for ribbed fabric and then do the neck in a ribbed fabric too, and then I can make it really nice and like turtleneck and slouchy and all that. So that's gonna have to wait until I get the other fabric. So we got this piece of drywall up, and you can't, well, you can see back there. I also added drywall back there, so all the insulation is covered. And now all of this needs mud, which I did start. This little section up here is not gonna be super easy, which is why I did this corner first, and now I'll do that corner now that this first corner is dry, because that's like a weird, it's not a 90-degree angle, but it is an angle. This doorway here is gonna be trimmed out with wood, but I'll probably have to at least put some sort of drywall or something in here to bring the surface level here. So all of the corner beads have 4 coats of mud on them. So I think I'm gonna continue sanding today and see how that goes. I've never sanded an outside corner before. It should be the same as any other Seymour corner. But yeah, I'm gonna start upstairs and continue my way down the stairs where the big lump in the wall is. So that should be fun. So we're in the middle of getting a snowstorm, the first snowstorm of the year. So since my arm is still pretty sore from sanding yesterday, I did get everything from the kitchen door up is done and sanded. There is one spot on the staircase, like way up high, that has no mud on it yet, because where the ladder is right now, I needed it there to reach up here. But now that that spot's done, I can actually move the ladder up a few steps to get the other spot, which that is what I'm gonna do today. I think I should be able to do it by myself. I don't know, the ladder is pretty awkward, especially on a staircase, but I'm gonna try and see if I can get that done, and then also do the rest of the mud under the staircase in the bathroom and give my arm a little bit of a break from sanding. I might sand a little bit, but nothing like substantial. So I don't know if I ever updated you guys on the leaky door situation. They eventually came back after many emails and phone calls, and They looked at the doors and then told me, well, I don't know what to tell you. I can't see why they would be leaking. Okay, well, they are leaking, so don't tell me, like, you built the house, you put the doors in. So their solution was to put storm doors, screen, storm doors on both of the doors, because, with rain and wind blowing up against the doors, that can happen. No, I'm sorry, that doesn't happen. So I said okay, because that was the only option they were giving me, but I had to pay for the storm doors. So they did stop leaking. However, this has been driving me nuts ever since. This door, the main door that I use, oh, my keys are still hanging there. It sticks at the bottom corner, so you really need to like push to get it to open. And then if you just let it fall shut, it doesn't latch. So it doesn't latch even when you pull on it. So, here's these cheap doors from Lowe's that I had to pay for, and they don't work very properly. So I don't know if that's something I can tackle. I might have a friend who can do it for me. I don't want to ask my dad to do it because he hates doing doors. I know they can be kind of tricky sometimes, but that's gonna need fixed eventually. First of all, it's a pain in the ass to open it. Second of all, in the summertime, if I have my main door open and just the screen door there, it's not gonna be latched, so my dog can just run out whenever he wants, or a big, storm could come through and rip the door off. So yeah, not too happy about that. There are definitely some issues when you're dealing with having a shed instead of a house builder. Hi guys, it is Christmas Eve and I don't have much time before I have to start getting ready for tonight's festivities, but I do have an hour or two, so I am going to try to sand some more. I've sanded every single day for the past 7 days at least, and my arm is going to fall off soon. It is actually going to fall off. I'm doing the sanding pretty much the same way I did the mudding, where I come out and do an hour or two at a time, and then I leave. So it seems to be taking a lot longer when, technically it's the same amount of time if you add it all together, but it seems to be taking longer because it's taking more days because I'm doing it in short spurts. So I am making really good progress though. Yesterday I got the bathroom sanded. There's where we added the drywall on the top, that weird angle thing that's not quite a 90-degree angle, plus it was a huge gap between the pieces of drywall. That spot still needs sanded, and it will probably need more mud, but I'm gonna sand it because let me tell you, actually, let me just show you. Right, so this is the spot I was talking about right here, and that gap, well, it looks pretty decent on camera, but the space between this corner and that corner right there is not wide enough to get my knife through there without gouging both sides. So I've been using the little 2-inch knife, and that is just making a whole lot of grooves. And yeah, so I'm gonna roughly sand that today and see if it's gonna need more mud or if I can make it work. So chances are that's probably all I'm gonna get sanded today, since I'm only gonna be out here for an hour or so. And then I have to go cook food and get a shower and get all my presents gathered up and go up to my mom's tonight for our Christmas Eve party, which maybe I'll show you a little bit of that as well. But I see my battery light is currently flashing. So I'm going to sign off here. And if this ends up being the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one, but stick around for Christmas footage. Bye.
Is that yours? What is it?
Thank you.
Oh, you didn't drop it? Yeah. I was the only instructions I gave. Hey, Joey.
You got the hiccups?
Who's that say? No? No? Yes.
This is for you, Daddy.
Okay, hold on. Put the tag on. Put the tag on. Start on over. Next button.
Who's it say? Yep.
Now I'm opening it.
I'm opening it.
Now be gentle with tags. Gentle. Funny chocolate. It doesn't say that.
What is that? Wait for it. What is it? What is it?
What is it?
What is it?